Welcome to the Intro to Safety Work at DTU Nanolab. You will be introduced to how the safety work is conducted in Denmark and here at DTU Nanolab. Working environment in Denmark. In relation to occupational health and safety issues, all employees are covered by the Danish Working Environment Act. The Danish Working Environment Act is a framework act containing requirements for the physical and psychological working environment. The act must be complied with in all Danish workplaces. It stipulates that the employer and the senior management are responsible for ensuring healthy and safe working conditions. At your workplace, you are insured in the event of an occupational injury. The statutory workers' compensation insurance ensures compensation for all employees or their surviving relatives in case of an accident or illness caused by the work or the conditions under which the work takes place. The Working Environment Authority, as one of several actors in the field of the working environment, must contribute to ensuring that responsibility is taken care of by the workplaces. This is done by the Working Environment Authority supervising workplaces, drawing up rules and providing guidance on the working environment. The environmental work at DTU. The Corporate Work Environmental Committee, KAMU, is DTU's Supreme Work Environmental Committee. The President chairs KAMU, which is composed of 4 management representatives, minimum 2 heads of department, 4 occupational health and safety representatives, an occupational health and safety coordinator, and 2 student representatives. Each of DTU's university entities has an independent occupational health and safety organization consisting of a Work Environmental Committee. The Work Environmental Committee performs tasks of an overall and strategic nature in relation to the working environment at the individual university entity, including planning and coordinating working environment actions and initiatives, as well as advising and supporting the university entity's senior management on working environment issues. In recognition that the senior manager of the university entities has extensive working environment responsibilities, it has been decided that the management at each university entity will appoint an OHS coordinator, AMK, who will handle coordination of the occupational health and safety work on behalf of the university entity's senior manager, internally as well as with the other university entities. DTU's management is responsible for the physical and psychological working environment for all staff groups, students, and guests at DTU. DTU's university units work systematically on creating local working environments where everybody thrives. At DTU, the working environment is a shared responsibility among management, students, and the individual employee. The Joint Committee is a place where the employees can be informed by the management, where the employees can discuss a number of issues with the management, where the employees can express their opinion, and where decisions can be made if there is agreement between the management and the employees. The Joint Committee and AMU work together in matters regarding well-being. These are the members of the Working Environment Committee at Nanolab. Every 3 years there are an election for this committee among all staff members. Ergonomics at DTU. A healthy body is important in order to fulfill a specific job function, but also for general well-being and active participation in life outside the workplace. 50% of work-related injuries reported in Denmark can be attributed to body posture and strain, and many suffer pain as a result. The Occupational Health and Safety Organization and ergonomic ambassadors must contribute by actively and knowledgeably promoting a good ergonomic working environment. Anita for offices and Soren for workshops are our ergonomic ambassadors, so if you have any ergonomic issues, please contact one of them. To protect your body against injury, you have to consider each task involving heavy objects, whether it's something we can, or should, handle ourselves. Several factors should be taken into account. Weight of the item to be moved. Is it a recurring task? Availability of technical aids. Handling method. Your physical capability. Transport route. Work postures. Based on the above, a comprehensive assessment should be made before starting the work. Please be aware that we have a risk assessment regarding heavy lifting. You need to go through the document in D4. In D4, you can also find Nanolab's other safety information and documents related to the work environment. APV is the same as risk assessment. In order to be able to map the working environment and identifying the areas where action is needed, and preparing a plan for how to improve the working environment in these areas, all university units at DTU must prepare a written workplace assessment, APV. The Work Environmental Committee, AMU, at the individual university unit must ensure that there is always an updated APV available to both management and employees. Regarding the mental work environment, DTU works on a dialogue-based basis with well-being. This means that each unit at least every 2 years invites all employees to participate in a DTU well-being dialogue. DTU well-being dialogue is used as a method to meet the requirement for statutory psychological APV. The DTU well-being dialogue replaces the previous well-being survey and is a structured dialogue with your colleagues about what is important to your well-being. Furthermore, every second to third year the department's area undergoes a screening check done by representatives from a sister department in cooperation with representatives from the department. Based on this, the department receives a screening report. The problems that are emphasized during the screening and which cannot immediately be solved are incorporated in the department's work evaluation action plan. Here at DTU we do not accept offensive behavior. By offensive behavior, DTU means exposure to unpleasant or degrading behavior that you find it hard to defend yourself against. If you have experienced an abusive situation, you have several options. Here on DTU Inside, you can find more information about DTU's work environment. And here are some useful apps for you to download. DTU's emergency management works both preventively and remedially to promote safety at DTU. In case of an emergency, you must do the following: create safety, assess the situation / the injured, call for help, call 112, provide first aid or other appropriate help, meet and guide the emergency services, inform the DTU corporate emergency team, inform your own management, register the incident in DTU Injury app.
We do a great deal here at DTU to ensure safety and security. So there are some things you should know so that you can act appropriately if accidents happen. Evacuation of a building can be initiated by an automatic alarm, at a fire alarm call point, a horn, and shouting. You can find information about emergency procedures on the emergency information boards. The main emergency information board is at the building's main entrance. On other floors or another central location in the building, there may be supplementary emergency information boards. At the main emergency information board, there are 3 types of emergency vests. The word evacuation is printed on one of the vests. Whoever puts this vest on is responsible for the evacuation of a specific area, as indicated on the vest's action card. Anyone can put the vest on and start an evacuation. If the vest hasn't been taken, you should take responsibility and put the vest on. And, without putting yourself in any danger of course, begin the evacuation. Make sure to check for people in every room, including toilets. When the building has been evacuated, you should contact the person wearing the local resource person vest. The person wearing this vest is responsible for assisting the external emergency services. Assembly point is printed on the third vest. Whoever puts this on is responsible for guiding people to the assembly point. At supplementary emergency information boards, there are only evacuation vests. Everybody out. Go to the assembly point. Remain calm and close all doors and windows. For those of you who don't have a vest on, remain calm. Help others. Close doors and windows, and go to the assembly point. In workshops, laboratories and other facilities, there can be specific emergency procedures which you will be instructed about at the departments. For all incidents where the police, ambulance or fire services need to be called, you should, immediately after you've called 112, call DTU's Corporate Emergency Management on 4525 3355. DTU can then send a member of staff from its Corporate Emergency Management, who will take care of the overall control of the incident. Thank you for your attention. And remember to familiarize yourself as to where the emergency information boards and relevant assembly points for the areas you're in are. DTU has an SMS warning system, DTU Alarm, which sends an SMS message if an emergency arises where several buildings or a larger area needs to be warned. You can sign up for the SMS system by updating your profile on Inside and entering the relevant telephone number in the SMS number box.
Here you can familiarize yourself with the assembly point for the building you work in. Locate your building and find the corresponding dot that shows where the meeting point is to be found. There will be a fire drill every year in each building. DTU has several defibrillators. Locate where you can find the nearest one. When you turn it on, it will automatically instruct you on what to do. You simply follow the voting instructions. Thanks for your time. If you have any questions or suggestions in regards to safety or well-being, you are very welcome to contact the Safety Coordinator, Mike and Becker.